Hey everyone, how are you going? It is Ping here, Sunday nights with Ping, 60 minutes with Ping on Sunday nights. Spotlight with Ping. Um, how are you all? Good to see you. I was currently waiting for a verdict to be handed down in the Lehman vs. Network 10 uh judgment slash trial. They are currently, this is a defamation trial that's happening in Australia right now. It links back to an alleged sexual crime that happened in a parliamentary office in Canberra in Australia. The male in the situation, Bruce Lehrman, actually brought forward this action only to be called a basically almost a compulsive liar by Judge Lee. And the judge basically called him and the female unreliable historians or witnesses, and their testimony can't really be relied on. So I am uh I am trying to find out what the actual final judgment is, but this judge could go on for another hour, 45 minutes, and we can't wait that long. So I'll figure it out. I can't show you the trial in Australia. You can't retransmit, and I can't even show you the audio or video. It's on YouTube, but I can't do what I normally do where I can bring the video in and show you. It's against the law to retransmit any Australian court footage or audio. So I cannot do that. But what I can do is I can give you the link if you're interested in seeing it. But basically, it's just a judge reading out a summary of his judgment right now. I've put the link in the chat. Here you go. There's a link to the Lehman v Channel 10 judgment. Oh, I'll keep it up there. You guys can watch it if you want to. I just looked for that like a second ago. I was like, hey, let me just do a quick update on the women. Are you joking? What? Hold on. That's weird. Yeah, like I literally just searched Veronica Butler like 2 minutes ago before we came on. I'm just trying to see. I see the arrests. Like we know that we did that yesterday. 4 people have been charged in connection with the 2 missing women, Veronica Butler and Gillian Kelly. But I don't see anything. Hold on, let me check the OSBI. OSBI. Oklahoma State Bureau. Oh yeah, here we go. News Nation. Like just a few minutes ago. Like under 5 minutes ago. Here. Oh, I'll bring it up on the screen. Their bodies have been located. They are confirmed deceased. Yep. Police recover bodies and search for remains of missing moms. Hold on, what is going on? No, that's okay. Oh, it's muted. Okay. Yeah, police recover bodies and search for the missing moms. That's the 2 missing women last seen on March 30. One woman was part of a bitter custody battle. 4 arrests were made on Saturday, including the children's grandmother. So it says here 2 bodies were found in rural Texas County, Oklahoma, after police began searching for the remains of 2 Kansas moms who went missing more than 2 weeks ago, the OSBI said on Sunday night. The deceased individuals will be transported to a medical examiner's office to determine identification as well as the cause and manner of their deaths. That's not the news we were hoping for at all. Hey guys, how are you? They're going to do a press conference tomorrow at 10. Okay, well, we can cover that. Hey, Peekaboo Cockatiel, how are you? Yeah, they've been located now. It seems all hope of them being alive is now extinguished. They are confirmed to be dead, or until their positive identification with the medical examiner can be, official. I'm guessing they're saying clothing and appearance matches the 2 missing women, and that they are, you know, they're sure it's them, but they have to wait for probably real identification. Yeah, it says they have been found It says congregants of the Hugoton First Christian Church pray and sing outside the home of Pastor Heath Kelly. That's his wife that's now deceased. Awaiting details on arraignment of the four arrested for murder in Kansas. We were trying to find that last night. We were trying to find out what was their next court date. And I don't know if they've said anything yet. Yeah, I don't think we've even heard. We showed you this last night. This is the Bearcats. They had like 5 of these or 3 of these go to the house, but um the 4 people arrested, as we said last night, were Tad Cullum, Tiffany Adams, Cole Twombly, and Cora Twombly, each related, to the victims, unfortunately. Yeah, I did see. I know that's what they said, but the cops came out with a update last night, and they were like, "Hey, we believe they're dead, but until we find them, we're not saying they are." Does that make sense? I know her mum came out and said that they believe that they like we said last night on the show, they were charged with murder. You can't be charged with murder if they don't believe the people are dead, right? You can't be like, "Hey, there's a person out there walking around, but we'll charge you with murder." Doesn't work that way, but yeah, I think it was just unfortunately, a very sad formality. We went on last night. We were on late though, Peekaboo. We went on quite late. I was really tired from covering Saturday's Bondi stabbing. We did, I don't know, 7 hours of live streams on Saturday. I was on at almost 1 a.m. in the morning, Australian time, covering the Bondi Junction stabbings. And yeah, it was a long day. So we came on late on the Sunday. But that's concerning. Let's watch. I don't think this video will have anything because it says police looking for remains in Kansas mum's alleged double murder. But let's watch it anyway. It might have some information from yesterday.
54-year-old Tiffany Adams was one of the 4 people now arrested in connection with the disappearance of 27-year-old Veronica Butler and 39-year-old Jillian Kelly. Now, Adams is a grandmother of one of their kids. News Nation's Nancy Liu has been tracking this story. She joins us live with exclusive new details on the ground tonight. Nancy.
Natasha, the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation says they are searching vast areas of Texas County, and tragically, it is an apparent search for human remains. OSBI revealing nothing else about what happened to Jillian Kelly and Veronica Butler, but this weekend has confirmed an extensive investigation of a double murder. Congregants of Hugoton First Christian Church are grieving following Sunday service with prayer and hymns outside the family home of Jillian Kelly. After 2 weeks of hope, 2 local families now know to mourn Kelly, a mother of 4, and Veronica Butler, a mother of 2. There is disdain for the 4 people now charged with their murders.
We read in the Bible that evil is in the world, and some people that don't know Jesus Christ are full of evil. As a Christian, we should forgive, but we also have to have the laws of the government take over too.
Facing first-degree murder, kidnapping, and conspiracy, 54-year-old Tiffany Adams, her boyfriend Tad Cullum, and Cole and Cora Twombly. OSBI is not revealing details about what happened or the alleged actions of each suspect, but a custody dispute may be linked to a motive. Tiffany Adams is the grandmother of the 2 children Butler was on her way to see on March 30th, and Adams was fighting against more visitation. A court hearing was set for this Wednesday when Butler was expected to seek full custody. Kelly was among 4 court-approved supervisors for Butler's visitations. They never made it to the usual pickup point, an abandoned gas station in Texas County. That is where we spotted an extraordinary show of law enforcement as they served the 4 arrest warrants in both Texas and Cimarron counties. Our News Nation crew, the only network on the ground to capture this exclusive footage, at one point following more than 20 SWAT and police vehicles to various locations. Outside one compound, we heard an officer on a loudspeaker announcing, "We have a warrant for your arrest." All officers appeared heavily armed and wary of all who approached, drawing guns to turn people back, including us. For the tight-knit community of
That show of force that they were showing before with that car, here, I'll show you.
Hugoton,
Back here with this car that got turned away. They're not going to let me do it. Anyway, that car that got turned away, I'm pretty sure they were somewhat concerned about weapons in the like sort of area. What is wrong with their videos? They don't let you search. Yeah, just like up here, they show you that they have guns and they're basically like, go the other way. The car turns up here. I'm pretty sure they thought there might be a firearm threat, and they were, yeah, look, that guy's got a gun drawn, and the other guy's got a assault rifle. It's not pointed at him, but the other guy did have a handgun pointed at that car. I think they were worried that I don't know, there was some suggestion that there was a, Freeman's type ideology with some of the people involved, and or whatever they call them now, and there may be like, ammunition, guns, that type of thing. You don't need a stray bullet taking out someone in a car, right? Ruby Ridge, yeah, exactly. Something similar. Hey, gambler. Like, that's what I said last night. Like Picton. Oh, no, sorry. No, not that one. Piketon or Piketown, or the one that they did the Piketown Massacre. That's the one I was thinking of yesterday. That one also had a matriarch that was very possessive of the young children within the family, and this one seems to have something similar. A grandmother who was hyper possessive over the grandchildren, and ended up in murder. We have more murders, apparently. So seems to be some sort of a running theme with some of these family initiated uh, annihilation of whatever they think the obstacle is. And in this one, the obstacle was the mother. Hey, the mother is not allowing us to do whatever the hell we want to do and keep the children here 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Well, we'll just eliminate that obstacle. And yeah. Yeah. Gambler says he was thinking of that as well. Yeah, me too. And it just has some eerie type similarities. Yeah, there's a lot of really bad murders. I think we're going to find some really awful details about this one too. Some of the details make me believe that possibly they never even got out of the car. That they may have pulled up, the other car pulled up, she may have went down her window saying, "Hey, I'm going to just grab the kids," or whatever, and they just fired into the car and killed them both. I think we may end up finding that out, because they said they found a small amount of blood inside the car and then a larger pool on the outside. So I wonder if they were shot through the window and then pulled out of the car onto the ground, and then, yeah. I don't want to go into too many graphic details, but I feel like that might have been what happened. Hey, Mamma Mia, how are you? Because Picton was a pig farmer. Could be. Burnt Popcorn says, yeah, the hillbilly version of the Adelsons, very much. I think we're going to find out details exactly very similar. I'm just trying to see if there is a... No, just trying to see if there's an update. If Lehman has won his lawsuit or defamation suit, but so far there is the judge is still going. He's reading 365 pages of findings. It's a long judgment, so it might be another half an hour or an hour. So I'll tell you when that comes in, but it hasn't come in yet. Hey, Catatonic, how are you? Robbie, Marlene Clausen, Burnt Popcorn, Bambi's here. Laura G's here. Gambler's here. Amy007 is here. Marilyn Landis, Mamma Mia. Angela's here. Who else is here? Bees Are Life. Burnt Popcorn, if I didn't say you already. Emma Roth. Hey, Emma Roth. How are you, my friend? Insightful One. Never seen you before. Good to have you in the chat for the first time. Peekaboo Cockatiel, my sweet friend, is here. Juicy Jules. Edget made it. Hey, Edget. Charisma. Hello, my sweet friend. Good to see you as well. Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Moonlight View. Oh my god, a chat celebrity. Lynn D is here too. I Hate Mornings. And whoever this guy is, I've never seen him before either. All right. Thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate it. Let me bring you some more details. We'll go back to the two mums a little later. I want to just let that marinate for a second and see if we get some more, because it only was announced about 10 minutes ago. Let's see if we get some more information drip feed out over the next, half an hour, and then we'll see if we can get a bit more insight into what happened. Now, I want to bring you some information from Bondi very quickly. More names have been announced of people who died, unfortunately, and it is very sad, very sad. Unfortunately, they've also released a bunch of stuff about Joel Corky's or Corsi's dad and mom, and I think that's really inappropriate. I just think, they're having to deal with a lot of this as well. And I don't know if now is the right time to be shoving cameras in their face and going, hey, tell us about your crazy son who stabbed a bunch of people. Hey, come here. Come here. Did you always know he was a lunatic? Come here. Hey, talk to us. They just lost their son and they know he did something that is, possibly going to be known as one of the worst crimes in Australia for many decades. And they're somehow going to have to process all that too. I don't know if now is the right time to be doing that type of stuff to them. I want to show you this. So it says police have provided an update on the 9-month-old baby who was stabbed in the Bondi Junction knife attack after her mum died protecting her. So that was Ashley Good, 38. She was one of 6 innocent shoppers who were killed in the horrific random attack in Sydney's Westfield Bondi Junction on Saturday. The baby was rushed to hospital in critical condition Saturday night. On Monday morning, police said that the baby is in a stable condition at Sydney's Children's Hospital in Randwick, and there has been no further deterioration of her condition. That's great news. That means she has made it through the first couple of days, and as long as she has a great recovery, she'll go on to live a full life. She'll be healthy and she'll be okay. Unfortunately, she will not have her mother. That is extremely sad. But her mum probably saved her life with her very last action, which was to throw or toss the baby to 2 men who were standing nearby. She was telling them, "Help my baby, please. She's been injured. Please help her." And she tossed the baby to them, and she unfortunately succumbed to her injuries later in hospital a few hours later. This is her here. Very, very sad. That's Harriet's mother, Ashley. So she was quite well known. A lot of people knew her, especially in the media and, a few other people. But they released some photos of some of the other people, and I'm going to try find them. They released all the victims, including a male security guard who was killed protecting women. He was protecting women shoppers, and he was killed in the stabbing. Very, very awful. Here we go. Here's the 6 people. This was the final one to be released. This is Miss Cheng with a G. She was killed. I believe she might have been a security guard. She might have been the other security guard. I'm not sure because they said there was 2 security guards. Now I'm confused. But This is the security guard here. This is the only male to have died. He was on his first week on the job. He'd only just started working there, and he was killed on that Saturday. He died trying to get in between the attacker and women. He could see the guy was going after women, and he tried to put himself in between them, and he was stabbed a number of times and died at the scene. I believe not even sure if he made it to hospital. It's very sad. And there is this lady. Her name is Dawn Singleton. She's the 25-year-old daughter of John Singleton. She lost her life. She was actually shopping for wedding makeup. She went to Chanel, I think, and she was shopping for makeup for her wedding day. That's a wedding day that will no longer happen, and a bride that will no longer walk down the aisle, and a husband or husband-to-be, a fiance, who no longer has a blushing bride to be with. It's extremely sad, sad, sad news. And here's the other lady to die, Jade Young from Bellevue Hill. She was, her name was released yesterday. I think we talked about it then. Her puppy. There's her puppy. And this is one of the other ladies. Her name is Pingria Dasia, 55, and she described herself as an artist on LinkedIn and is understood to originally hail from the country Georgia, not Georgia in the USA, the country Georgia. And she was unfortunately one of the people killed as well in Bondi. So there's your 6 people. I don't think we have anyone outstanding now, do we? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. As you can see, 5 of them were women and only 1 male was killed during the Bondi attack. And he only died because he was trying to protect women. So all those people deserve to be, especially the security guards who were doing their job, need to be, recognized post-death for their heroic actions of trying to save lives. I'm sure they did. I know they lost their life, but who knows how many women they saved by delaying him or making the killer occupy with them and letting other people escape or get away. So let's hope that they are recognized for their ultimate sacrifice in protecting other people while on duty. That's all I can say. I hope so, because their actions were heroic in death. So, and then you had those 2 fellas. We saw them on Saturday night. These 2 are brothers, and this is the man here who Ashley threw the baby to. The guy in the black top here, that's the fella, and that's his brother in the red top. And they were right next to Ashley, and she came running up to them and threw the baby into their arms and said, "Save my child." And they did. They grabbed clothes from stores and started putting compression on her wounds, and then they started trying to help Ashley, and they got her into an ambulance eventually, but it was too late. Her injuries were too severe, and from what I understand, she died during surgery. So very, very, very awful. She didn't make it through her. They tried to save her life, and it didn't work. So we lost 6 good people, all because of this guy here, Joel Corchi or Cacci. There you go. We all saw that photo on Saturday. Now, police did come out this morning and say they do believe he was targeting women. And we made that distinction when we were doing the live stream on Saturday. Well, as the video was coming through on the internet, we kept seeing that anytime he would get to a man or someone that was bigger than him, he would sort of avoid them and run away. And we were like, that's very odd. That's an odd behavior for an attacker, because normally they don't care. They'll take anyone and try and injure them. But when he got near a male dad who was guarding his own family behind him, Mr. Joel just sort of went, "Oh," and it just kinda went the other way. And we all went, "That's a really strange behavior. Like, why would he do that?" And then we figured out that he was avoiding men. He wasn't attacking really men unless they put up a fight or tried to stop him. He was only really going after women, and then we found out he had a fascination for knives and for hurting women. He had a fascination for attacking women apparently, and it wasn't just Saturday. He's had this sort of thing for a while and it was known. So there you go. There's some photos of half of the victims there, the other half there. And it says Corchi was known to police and had been living in Sydney sporadically over the past couple of years. So he must travel down from his parents' place in Toowoomba, southeast Queensland, and then head to Sydney and then probably eventually head back up there. And seems he lived between the two places for a while. It says his parents, Andrew and Michelle, both in their 70s, declined to speak with media after describing their son's stabbing spree as truly horrific. The devastated pair recognized their son from footage on TV and made a frantic phone call to police. Yeah, so apparently the parents were watching the news and they saw the person on TV and they went, "Oh my God, that's Joel." And they actually rang police and were trying to tell them, hey, that's our son. He has X, Y, and Z. You know, that's the idea of the killer, we think. So they did the right thing. They called up the authorities as soon as they knew and tried to help. And as far as the police have said, they have been cooperative and they've tried to do as much as they can. So I believe right now we should just leave them alone. Oh, we're not on the same page? Hold on. Sorry. Got confused. There you go. There's that photo that we saw of him on Saturday of Joel. And there's the photo I was telling you about, these three. And then there's the other three. As you can see, 5 are women and only 1 male. And there's this is the Floral Tribute out the front of the shopping center right now. People are stopping by to leave notes or flowers, handmade, remembrance type things. Or I saw a little girl leave a teddy bear. So people coming out to pay their respects to the people who have been killed and are injured. Oh, we can't show that one. There's a photo of her with maybe her partner. I'm not sure. Nope, we can't show that. We'll get in trouble again. A lot of comments today that there needs to be answers as to why this guy was just walking around and why no one even knew where he was or why he was in Sydney. You know, if he has these type of challenges, how come he was able to just, you know, get into another state, buy a knife, this type of thing. There's no monitoring of his condition, no monitoring of him. And, in Australia, they want to know why. So a lot of people asking that today on national TV, apparently, asking why did this happen? What can we do to prevent it in the future? Or what can we do for these people that live with schizophrenia to, minimize the risks in the future? Sorry about that. I fixed it. There we go. Yes, in for one, it was a female officer who shot him. Her name is, and I don't know why I don't know it off the top of my head, because we spoke about her a lot. Hold on, let me find it. Here it is. Amy Scott. Amy Scott is the police officer. You can see it right there. That's her right there. She was a lone police officer. She got the call over the radio that there was an event happening at the shopping center. She ran there to find out what was going on and came face to face with with Joel after shoppers were like, "Hey, he's down there. Go that way." And she told him to put down the weapon. He did not. He advanced on her, and she fired one shot and killed him. And then she attempted CPR on him too. But when she realized that he was already gone, I think she went to help other victims instead. There's a photo of her, of Amy. Hold on, give me 1 second, Bondo. Hold on, everyone. Nope, that's not the right one. I'm trying to find you the update from this morning. Let's see if I can find it. Must be this one. Hold on. With Karen Webb. We've seen her before in other major New South Wales events.
Can you give us more details about the conditions of those still in hospital, particularly the 9-month-old?
So overnight, New South Wales Police handed back the crime scene to Westfield Shopping Centre, but we're working with Westfields on when they might return to business. The patients in hospital are stable. I understand the baby is stable, so there hasn't been any deterioration in her condition, as I understand it, which is great news. We're all really concerned, obviously, for all patients, but including the very young infant.
Well, here. Sorry, there we go. There's the microphone. There's your update from Karen Webb. I'm just trying to see if we have anything else. So when they approached Joel's father, they asked him if he had anything, how do you feel or whatever. And he says, "How do you think I feel? How's your sensitivity? I felt all right until you got here." Talking about the media. And that's his mother, Michelle. His dad's name is Andrew. And of course, they've got a media mob around them right now in their property. Apparently, this was Joel in high school from a yearbook, and that shows him as a young man. Joel Corchi. And yeah. So his dad apparently, I think they're a little, maybe a little quirky. They said like they take care of pigeons and I think some people would say they live a little alternate lifestyle. Apparently, they're very religious too, and things like that. I don't think it has anything to do with their son being schizophrenic and attacking people, though. And for now, we should probably leave them around. Apparently, they're saying his mum was the sweetest thing ever, but dad was prone to outbursts of anger and borderline abusive, although it probably wouldn't have been labeled that way back in the mid-90s. Joel was one of those at school that was shy, always a bit on the weird side, but whenever he did something, it was always full tilt. In hindsight, he probably didn't regulate that well. He dropped off the radar after school. To my knowledge, he didn't maintain any friendships with his circle of school friends. So apparently, once he got out of high school, he didn't really keep in contact with anyone and sort of, you know, faded into obscurity from his mates from high school. So that must be the person who provided his yearbook photo up here. This one must be the same guy. Recognized him on TV and was like, "Hey, I know him." Emily Narb says, "Here we have gov-funded places families send them." I think in Australia they would like to see more of those type of facilities open up again. They were closed down in the 80s and 90s, and now they're pretty hard to get into. And I think they would like to see them become more common again to help people with mental illness. So they're not just roaming around and, you know, maybe eventually hurting people if things get out of hand. So um they're saying here apparently one of the people who died in the attack, the girl, John Singleton's daughter, was just getting off the phone with her fiance when she was attacked apparently. Hmm. Oh no, sorry, wrong person. I thought it was John's daughter, but no, it was, I don't know how to pronounce her first name. It's Yixuan, and Cheng is her last name, and she was 27. They're saying that she was on a call overseas on her mobile just minutes before she was attacked. Unfortunately, according to police, she doesn't have any family here in Australia, and they're trying to get in contact with her family back home in China. Yeah, but you can see, I might be able to show you this photo. I can't read Chinese, but you guys might be able to just tell, you know. Apparently, she was sending stuff on the Chinese WhatsApp. I can't remember what it's called. It's called like WeChat. WeChat is the Chinese version. Ah, that's not the right one. Hold on, guys. StreamYard not being my friend. Come on, StreamYard. We have to work together. Let's see. Come on. There we go. So they're saying that she sent this photo just shortly before she was attacked, and she was talking to someone on WeChat, I guess, or WhatsApp, and that's the last communication that her partner got, unfortunately, back home in China. Horrific for everyone, I think. First responders, people that were just shopping and even made it out. They're going to have to deal with the secondhand trauma of just knowing they were there for many years. They may be scared of going to shopping centers for the rest of their life because they may think, hey, it might happen again. So there's a lot of people who are going to need a lot of help after these events, unfortunately. But yeah, that was apparently the last photo she sent of her trying on a handbag, maybe? Maybe she sent the photo saying, "Hey, does the handbag look good?" to her partner back in China. Very sad. Nonalana says, so sad and unnecessary. I agree. Let me just double check on this verdict. I just want to see if it's come through. Hold on. The verdict's not looking good, actually. It's looking like a lot of people don't want to see Bruce Lehman actually win this defamation ruling, even though the judge labeled him a liar and labeled Brittany Higgins as unsatisfactory witnesses. But I have a feeling he is gonna win. Judge Lee finds it unlikely Brittany Higgins' bruise photo came from the night of the alleged sexual attack. So if you're following this case, the judge has said that. But no judgment on, like, No judgment on anything to do with, like any award, any monetary damage, anything like that as of yet. Well, they're still going. He's been reading this thing for about an hour now. So, hey, Evil Alaska, how are you? All right, let's move on. I've done my Bondi update. I've done this one. Now, this is what I was supposed to bring you yesterday, but we didn't end up doing it. Missing teen located after 13 years. It says in 2010, then teenager Jessica Delgadillo was reported missing. In 2023, a woman saying that that's her contacted police. Can you believe it? They're saying that after a DNA test, they have confirmed that it is her and that she had actually requested that they cancel the alert that she is a missing person. Very similar to that other girl who went missing and then she ended up in Montana. And then she went into a police station as well and went, "Hey, I'm an adult now. I'm okay, but please cancel my, you know, missing person status with police. I just want to live my life." And it sounds like something very similar here. I'm going to find you a video on her. Hold on.
At 5, after 13 years, Amarillo police say a missing teen has been found alive. In October of 2010, 14-year-old Jessica Delgado was reported missing by her family. After a lack of leads, the case eventually went cold. In 2023, Amarillo police established the cold case unit and began looking into 3 cold cases involving missing children. With the help of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, Amarillo police began updating information on Jessica's case. In November, Amarillo police received a call from a woman saying she was Jessica. DNA swabs were collected and sent for comparison to a known family member. Today, police announced DNA confirmed the caller was in fact Jessica. She requested that her location and details of her disappearance not be released. The case is now closed.
Matt Falcone's second grade class may be tracked.
There you go. It is now closed. No longer a missing person. She went through the process to verify her identity, and that's it. She just went, "I'm out, thanks." Says here, DNA swabs were DNA swabs were collected from the caller and sent to the University of North Texas for comparison to a known family member. After months of waiting, DNA was confirmed that the woman was in fact Delgadillo. Her name is Delgadillo. The other lady on the TV said Delgado, but her name is not Delgado. It says Delgadillo. Um, she requested that her location and the details of her disappearance not be released to the public. Her cold case has since been closed. So, do you think she ran away from home? Or do you think this is very similar to Alyssa, where originally she may have been coaxed from her home? That situation has dissolved. She was then an adult and went off and lived an adult life and just decided that she was never happy at home anyway, doesn't want to go back and just wants to go live her life. I don't know. I'm gonna have a quick look and see if there is any reason for her disappearance. Hold on. Yeah, I don't. Just says that she was confirmed out of the East Coast or something, and they don't want her location being reported at all. That's interesting. I don't know if it's the same person, but apparently in 2023, Hit-and-run driver arrested after striking police car in Tacoma Park. Police arrest Jessica Delgadillo. I bet you it's not her. It's just a girl with the same name. You can't even find the article. NBC Montana. Oh my god, please tell me she's not in Montana. No. It says here, a girl who went missing at 14 years old in 2010 has been found alive and is living on the east coast of America. Jessica Delgadillo, 14, was reported missing by her family on October 2010. So she's somewhere on the east side of America. That's all they have said. Says here, NCMEC officials accepted the invitation and flew 2 representatives from Team Adam to Amarillo. Team Adam is a free resource provided by NCMEC to law enforcement, named after Adam Walsh. Adam Walsh, we know the Walsh family. The abduction and murdered son of John and Ravi Walsh. Team Adam provides rapid on-site assistance to law enforcement and families in critical cases of missing children. So they're saying cold case investigators and Team Adam went through each case, updating information and sending out details to social platforms throughout the states. And they're saying on Thursday, November 2nd, 2023, the homicide unit received a call from a female stating that she was Jessica Delgadillo and that she knew she had been reported missing. So she was aware of her, the investigation. DNA swabs were collected from the caller, sent to the university for comparison, and yeah, that's it. Confirmed it was her. They did a new photo of what she might look like right here at some point, like her as an older. I can't make it larger. They said this might be her as an older woman. Let me see if I can upload that so you guys can see it bigger. No, come on, really? I hate when they do that. Let's see. It's not allowing me. Unfortunately, sometimes they protect their images and they put it in a weird format that you can't ever download. But I can do a screenshot. There we go. Let's see what this photo looks like bigger. There we go. So that's what the sort of advancement made her look like, and unfortunately I don't think we're going to actually know what she looks like, but it's a pretty good guess, unless she's cut her hair, dyed her hair or something. Probably pretty much what she looks like today. Hey Laurie, we did talk about it before. It broke just like 2 minutes before we went live. Yeah. That's what you get for being on Gray's show and not here. No, I'm just kidding. What am I checking out, Nanalana? Ping, check out this woman found. What? Hold on. Oh, you believe she was groomed? Well, that's what I was saying. Maybe she was groomed and then that situation dissolved and then she went off and lived her life, being that she was old enough to, and now she wants to do things, travel, not get picked up every time she crosses a state line or gets arrested for something, and she just wants to live her life. Yeah, we did it earlier. We did it starting on the show. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we've done that already. I mean, I can take you back to it, but we said we'd just leave it for now because there's no new information really, other than they have located the bodies of the two women and they have been transported to the medical examiner's office for further examination. But other than that, if I can find my Facebook page, there. Yeah, it broke like 2 minutes before, like about 2 or 3 minutes before we jumped on. This this Facebook post came out. It says on April, the OSBI and the FBI and the Office of Oklahoma Chief Medical Examiner recovered 2 deceased persons in rural Texas County. Both individuals will be transported to the medical examiner's office to determine identification as well as cause and manner of death. This is still an ongoing investigation. And they said, we are protecting Oklahoma one partnership at a time. And there's the 4 people that were arrested on Saturday. I find it funny how many people weren't watching when we talked about it at the start. It's somewhat concerning. It is somewhat worrying because we did talk about it already. Very concerning. All right. All right. I just want to see about this judgment, see if they've finally done it or not. No, they're still talking. Let's see. Nope, judge is still talking apparently. I don't know how long are they going to go for. They've been going for over an hour already. It is a long judgment. Let me check the Twitter and see if there's anything decent. No, nothing really. It sounds like he's probably going to win this, at least part of it. The judge has a few times said that Channel 10 defamed or whatever, slandered him and basically didn't do enough to protect his identity before going to air. 10 ignored red flags on Higgins' credibility. So, yeah, we'll see when they eventually stop talking. Mama Mia says, I didn't hear that either. Alicia Navarro, that's the one in Montana. Yeah, no, we covered it already, so it's just like I can't talk for an hour about something that has 2 lines of new information. I mean, I could, but I mean, I think everyone would get very bored. I think everyone would be like, Ping, stop reading out the same statement over and over again. So yeah, we just covered it very early on. Let me see what else I've got. Oh, they found there was a missing 9-year-old boy, Marky, but he was located. That's good news. This little boy. Hey, get off. That's so annoying. Missing 9-year-old boy located. That's good. This little boy here. Says the Park County Sheriff's Office reports the missing 9-year-old boy, Marky, was located. The Park County Sheriff's Office in Livingston Park County 911 released the following information. Update 1 p.m. Missing child has been found. Thank you to everyone. Hey, I'll take 100 children being found over missing children or dead children any day of the week. I'd love to see more of those and less of the dead children. You're not paying attention. We'll get you some ADHD medication. It's okay. Call Dr. Ping, and Dr. Ping will get you a script for, I don't know, what do they give out these days? Don't know, some sort of amphetamine. We'll get you some amphetamines, okay, Laurie? We'll get you some amphetamines. That'll make you pay attention. Okay. Let's move on. If I eventually we ever get this judgment, I'll tell you about it. But right now, nothing. And I've done the Bondi one. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. Yeah, so I was just trying to see if there's any new information on Veronica and Jillian, but not really. I think we'll find out more tomorrow. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. They said they're going to do that press conference. We'll find out a lot more at that point. All right. Let me grab my bookmarks and let's go to our stories. You know, this happened the other night and I was going to show it to you, but we ran out of time. I don't know how many people saw this. Vacation horror as woman is killed and 10 others injured after shuttle bus transporting Carnival Miracle cruise ship passengers crashes into Honolulu terminal. A 68-year-old woman was traveling with her husband before she succumbed to her injuries after a harrowing crash at Honolulu's Pier 2 terminal on Friday. A 57-year-old male driver mistakenly pressed the gas pedal instead of the brakes before plowing into 11 pedestrians. 9 of the people hit by the bus were Carnival Miracle cruise ship passengers. Oh man, that's not a good way to end your or start your cruise, is it? It says one woman was killed and 10 others were injured after a shuttle bus transporting passengers from the Carnival Miracle cruise ship slammed into a Honolulu cruise terminal in Hawaii. The 68-year-old woman succumbed to her injuries while her husband, who was also injured, is expected to recover. Man, that's horrible. The shuttle bus driver, a 57-year-old male, had just dropped off a group of customers at Honolulu's Pier 2 terminal on Friday morning and exited his vehicle. He mistakenly pressed the gas pedal instead of the brakes and collided with 2 concrete barriers before plowing into 11 pedestrians. Honolulu police said in their statement that Friday's crash follows a series of harrowing incidents involving cruise ships lately, including the death of the 20-year-old Florida man who jumped from a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. Yeah, did you guys see that? Is that the one where he told his dad that I'll solve the problem now and just jumped over? That is like, why? And then it says here, the mysterious disappearance of a South Carolina man last week. So we've got cruise ship crimes everywhere. I'm going to show you a video about it here.
He screamed, and then I looked over and the bus hit into the crowd, and then it just kept going until it hit the wall there. It knocked over the cement, big cement block was pushed out, and the bus hit into the wall.
Florida ER nurse Janet Lightfoot is on a cruise with her mom. This morning, they were at Pier 2 at Honolulu Harbor waiting for the shuttle to go shopping when she saw this bus with a Hilo Hattie logo heading toward a crowd of people.
My instincts are to go help, so I ran over and kind of started triaging people and trying to help.
It just kept going, and my daughter yells out, "There's nobody driving the bus." And then poof, it hits the wall.
Honolulu police say at around 10:24 a.m., a 57-year-old male motorist dropped off customers at Pier 2 and was notified by a bystander that his vehicle was moving forward. The driver ran back in the bus to try to stop it, but he pressed the gas pedal instead of the brakes and crashed into 2 concrete barriers and 5 pedestrians. Several EMS units responded to the scene. 6 people were taken to the hospital, including a 68-year-old woman who died of her injuries.
I'm a little shook up because, just watching it was pretty shaky.
It definitely puts a damper on my vacation. I deal with this every day, and I work in the emergency room, but this is just different. We're on vacation. I seen the incident happen. The husband of one of the family members was there, and just sad, very sad that this happened.
The Visitor Aloha Society of Hawaii says all 5 victims were visiting from Illinois. Police say it's unknown if drugs or alcohol are factors in the crash.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on
Not the start to a holiday that you would like, or the finish to a holiday. It says They said it just kept going, and my daughter yells out, "There's nobody there driving the bus." Then it hits the wall. I was shook up, pretty shaken, Linda Rex said, who was visiting from Florida. Says 5 pedestrians were transported from the scene to hospitals for treatment, and 6 pedestrians refused treatment on the scene. Oh yes, this is the young guy who jumped off the ship, the 4-day cruise, and they have now called off that search for him. I think they're just assuming he died. It says the harrowing crash happened less than 2 weeks after Le'Veon Parker, 20, jumped to his death from a Caribbean cruise ship while intoxicated. The boat had docked in the Dominican Republic the previous day and was 57 miles off the coast of the Bahamas Grand Inagua when the alarm was raised. And it says, a week later, Edmund Bradley Solomon III, who suffers from the degenerative disorder, what? Who suffers from the degenerative disorder. Doesn't tell us what it is, just that he suffers from maybe it's called oh man, I hate that he suffers from the. It says, was reported missing when a Royal Caribbean cruise made a stop at Cozumel in Mexico. I didn't hear about this one. Edmund Bradley Solomon III. It says, search for Charleston man missing in Mexico turns to recovery as 66-year-old presumed dead. He was a Clemson fan. Says, hope has run out in the search for the 66-year-old Edmund Bradley Solomon III, a Charleston man with dementia. He has dementia, not the what do they call it? The degenerative. I can't even say it now. They didn't even name it. They're just like, he has a degenerative disorder. Just say he has dementia. And it says, the search for Solomon pivoted from search and rescue to recovery, according to a statement his cousin posted midday on April 14th. They said, I understand there are still many of us who want to keep hoping. We have so been hoping and wanting to find Brad alive, but now we must face the nearly insurmountable evidence to the contrary. Hope in the face of hopelessness is not the same as hope in the face of possibilities. Solomon has been missing since April 3rd, when a 7-day Royal Caribbean voyage he and his wife Mimi were vacationing on docked in Cozumel. The cruise was the last big vacation the couple planned to take. In the fall of 2022, doctors diagnosed Solomon with behavioral variant frontotemporal dementia, a neurodegenerative neurodegenerative disorder that was slowly eroding Solomon's independence. The couple celebrated his 66th birthday on the enormous ship that cut through the idyllic Caribbean waters. But just 4 days later, he wandered off in a market in Cozumel, an island rimmed by white sands and carpeted with dense jungle. His daughter Savannah was in the United States when she heard her father was missing. She has since pieced together the events that led to his disappearance. With the boat docked, her father and stepmother ducked into restrooms at a shopping center near Cozumel's cruise terminal. Miller believes that Solomon exited first, rejoining an unfamiliar landscape of vendors and souvenirs. When he didn't spot his wife, he set off in search of her. Mimi left the bathroom. Anguished minutes passed. She soon realized Solomon was missing and plunged into panic. All hands on deck they searched everywhere. It says Mimi disembarked while some of her family members stayed on the boat. She hopped into the car of a security guard, and together they scoured the streets of Cozumel. But Solomon walks fast, his strides decisive, especially when he's anxious. As the sun set that day, he was nowhere to be seen. But where is he then? Is he on the island or is he in the water? Where is he? I don't get it. Where How did he go missing on an island? Hold on. Let's have a look. I want to know more about Edmund Solomon. See if we can find a video on him. Because I don't understand. You go to the toilet, you can't find your wife, then how do you go missing? Hold on. I know he has dementia. Like, that is a big contributing factor. Hold on.
Family of Charleston native Brad Solomon says he's been missing now for 6 days.
They say he suffers from dementia and wandered away from a Royal Caribbean terminal area in Cozumel, Mexico.
Y5's Anna Harris joining us now. Anna, what did the family tell you about Mr. Solomon?
Well, Ralph and Ann, I spoke with Solomon's sister-in-law earlier today, and she describes this entire situation as an absolute horror. She says throughout these last couple of days, a lot of family has traveled back to Cozumel because many of them had to board back on the ship, except for his wife, as they continued this search. Now, she tells me that Solomon actually celebrated his 66th birthday on the cruise ship this last week, and he went missing on Wednesday while shopping at along the terminal area of the ship. She says he has frontotemporal dementia, which is an earlier onset dementia that impacts personal, behavioral, and emotional changes in one's personality. An MUSC doctor says wandering is very common for those with dementia, and it's important to be proactive if you see any warning signs like this. Getting a reliable tracker, for example, that doesn't just work with Wi-Fi is crucial. The doctor says if you spot a missing person who may or may not have dementia, don't approach, but call law enforcement immediately and try to follow them.
It's sad to see him like this. So we were hoping to have that one last nice vacation together where he enjoyed himself. My sister enjoyed himself because she deals with a lot with him, and she takes care of his 95-year-old mother too.
FBI officials say they are aware of the missing person report and have been in contact with Mexican authorities, but are unable to comment any further. Royal Caribbean has not responded to a request for comment for us at this time. Hire just asked that the public continues to pray for their family as they continue to search for Brad. Reporting live in Charleston, Anna.
I don't know. I'm still confused how he went missing. Let me see if I can find any more information about him. Says, search in Mexican authorities run down tips, search jungles of Cozumel for missing Charleston man. So apparently they've been searching the jungles for him. He hasn't been seen on camera since Wednesday afternoon, April 3rd. It's possible that he's been cared for by local, more rural Cozumel citizens in the farming areas of the jungle. I know that not a single person on this island would have malintent upon approaching him. Do you think maybe he knew he was never going to get better, and instead of going home to America, he decided to stay on the island? And he's hiding from authorities? Do you guys think that could be? Because otherwise, how big is this place? Hold on, let's all go have a look at this area. Let's go have a look at Cozumel. Let's have a look. Let's go to our maps. Okay. So, it's an island, right? This is the island, Cozumel. And he would have docked at San Miguel. Probably that's where all the cruise ships come in. And it's pretty like, they got an airport. It's pretty large, the island, right? But a lot of it is forest. Look, there is massive amounts of green forest like everywhere, all throughout the island. There's a few main areas, like this is the main town of San Miguel, or Centro, they call it. So Central. And I don't understand. Unless he's in this green, vast jungle area, like you can see. Look how packed it is. Look, it looks like a magic eye poster. We're going down. Can you see the boat? Can you see the boat? But like, yeah, like you can't even see through the canopy of the trees. It's that packed with greenery. Can't even tell if someone is. If you were flying over here looking for a human, I'm not even sure you'd be able to find them. You'd literally have to trek through the jungle. And there's a nature reserve up on the north part of the island. Nature reserve. Glamping. You can go glamping. But it is quite large. Let's see. Let's see if we can do a from here. From there to there. So from like town to the south part of the island, it's like 25 kilometers. And then if we go up here, if we go from here to here, the widest part of the island, it is probably from there to here. It's about 45 kilometers across in its distance from one peak to the other. So it is a pretty long island. Let's go from here to here. So it's about 16 kilometers on the width of it across, and then about 45 kilometers in this way, north-south. And then east-west is about 15, 16 kilometers in width. So it's quite a large search area, even if you were, even being an island. But it does have like a bit of a, city type area with farming. This must be like all the farming. Is that farming or houses? I can't tell. It looks like farm. What is this? No, I don't want to do that. It's clear measurements. There we go. Could be streets or houses. The photography is not that good. But whatever it is a bit of a brutal search in that area. No glamping for you? Okay. Hey, Heather. How are you, my friend? Miles. Okay. 45 kilometers equal. So it's about 28 miles on its largest north-south and about 10 miles from east to west. So that should help. GDR says, wherever he is, there's likely no logic to it because of the degenerative disease he has. That's very small. Yeah, but it's full of jungle. So you'd have to search all this dense jungle area. Hey, Cheetah No More, how are you? Was that the one in is that the one in Vegas? Las Vegas? There was a standoff in Las Vegas. I can't remember if that's the same one. Journey to Justice says, I go over 20 miles for my job. All right, let me see. I don't think I can find anything else about this guy. Doesn't look like they've really done anything else except for that one. This one. They just presume he has passed away now, apparently. They just said hope has run out in the search for the 66-year-old Edmund Bradley Solomon. I guess if he hasn't been seen in like 9 days, no more, April 3rd. So he hasn't been seen in almost 2 weeks. No one has seen him on the island at all in 2 weeks. And the last proof of life they had was about 2 weeks ago via CCTV camera. So other than that, there's no sightings of him. No one has seen him at all. Now they're saying it's a recovery operation. They said tourists, locals, and officials banded together to sweep the island in a massive grid pattern in search of Solomon, to no success. They said the Mexican military took the lead in the operation. They said they had a multi-agency search for him on the island and still came up empty. That's interesting. Yeah, no further sightings of him at all on the island of Cozumel. That's very sad for his wife. Very sad. On Cozumel, this man in the jacket here that you can see on the screen, he got off a cruise ship, went to the bathroom, and his wife went to the bathroom. When she came out of the bathroom, he was gone, and they don't know where he is, and they've been searching the island for 2 weeks now, and they can't find him. Not a lot of land, but I guess it's different if it was a flat area like in Oklahoma. It might be really easy to search that kind of region. But when you've got high humidity and jungle, might be a bit harder. That's what I said. I said maybe he did it deliberately, but I was wondering, because he knows he's not going to get any better, did he decide to take the burden off his wife and do something while he was on an island? I don't know. Sorry, had to cough and I didn't want you guys to hear it. Jenny Justice says, do you think he got on a boat? Do you think that if he got on a different boat that wasn't his own cruise ship, the CCTV cameras on the dock might have picked it up? I just wonder. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Well, we'll find out. Hopefully they can at least recover him, or maybe we get a miracle and he's still alive somewhere. Hold on, everyone. I'm just trying to see, this thing is... Yeah, we still don't have an answer in that Lehman trial. I'm still trying to... Everyone in the comments on Twitter are like, everyone's like, just get on with it. Because it's been going on since about 10 a.m. this morning. Justice Lee's still reading his findings on this particular trial in Australia. So I don't even know if we will get an answer before we get off the air. Might be until tomorrow when I can tell you. Gambler says a few days ago, a 70-something man disappeared. He was safely located 2 days later. Believe it was a school crossing guard who recognized him. Okay, interesting. That's good that they found him though, Gambler. Journey to Justice says, remember Olivia Newton-John's her boyfriend just vanished and came up 10 years later. Yeah, but he faked his own disappearance. He wanted to get away from her for some reason. I'm not sure why. Is there wild animals in Cozumel? Okay. In Cozumel, they have the very scary Cozumel raccoon. They have the Cozumel emerald. It's a type of hummingbird. They also have the splendid toddy flycatcher. What is that? What is a splendid toddy flycatcher? Oh, it's a bird. It's like a bird. It's really cute. Yeah. He's extremely dangerous. May eat humans along with flies. What else do they have? The Cozumel vireo. What is a vireo? Another bird. They have a lot of birds. The Cozumel thrasher. What is that? Another bird. No, we don't want birds. They have a pygmy raccoon. Oh, he's so little. He's so tiny. He's so cute. He's like a little tiny miniature raccoon. They have something called a black catbird. And what is this? Cozumel, what is this? A cotis? They have snakes too. They have boa constrictor and they have iguana. Most of their stuff is like dangerous in the sea, like stingrays and sharks and toadfish and scorpionfish and sea urchin, eel. They also have crocodile on the island apparently. They do have some crocodile. And they have coral snake, boa constrictor. That's about it. They don't have a ton of anything crazy, but they have this thing. What is a Cozumel cotis? A non-aggressive life form. Oh my god, it looks like an anteater that doesn't have a snout. Look at this. Look how cute it is. What is it? Oh my god, doesn't it look like an anteater that has like a dog nose? That's sort of what it looks like. Oh my god. I've never seen one. It's like a mixture between an anteater and a fox. That's sort of what it looks like. I have never heard of these before. He's called a coati. A coati. They're adorable. They're funny looking. Apparently they're non-aggressive, so probably just lick you to death. I know, right? I've never seen one of those before. Yeah, if you can get one that's like a Komodo dragon, they're pretty dangerous. Oh yes, they have the chupacabra. They're everywhere in Mexico. Yeah, just chain yourself to the cruise ship. Cotamondi. Cotamondi. Is that what it's called? Cotamondi. Oh yeah. There's other ones of them. Like this guy. They got like a cattail type thing. So I don't think they're gonna eat him though. I don't think one of these little funny looking guys are gonna eat a lost man. I don't think so. So yeah, they just have some boa constrictor and coral snake and nothing like bears or anything crazy big that'll get you. Gambler says, I forgot to say where the guy was missing and found it was Toronto. God knows where he spent the night and stayed safe. Yeah, who knows, but glad he was found. Yeah, me either. Me either. Aw, armadillos are pretty cute. End of your chores for the weekend, Sienna. I'm glad you got done with your chores. I'm glad for that. All right. Let's see what else I have on my list before we get out of here for a Sunday night. I have to pause you guys for a second because I can't see what I'm doing. Hold on. All right, we're back. I can see what I'm doing again up on the screen. All right, let's see if we have any more in my list to talk about. I'm always putting stuff away for you all. So yeah, I think we talked about that. All right, let's see. Pennsylvania man denies protective order and murders his wife.
A man in Montgomery County was ordered to stay away from his estranged wife, and less than a month later, police say he broke into her home and stabbed her to death. Her body was found at Widmore early yesterday morning. Action News reporter Maggie Kent live in Springfield Township tonight with more on the disturbing details of the woman's murder. Maggie.
Well, Rick, in March, Elizabeth Shea got an order of protection against her estranged husband, Kenneth. On April 7th, he filed a suit for $50,000 in damages against her. By April 9th, she filed for divorce, and 1 day later, she was found murdered, and he was arrested. In custody now is 37-year-old Kenneth Shea, charged with murder in the stabbing death of his estranged wife, 57-year-old Elizabeth Shea. The couple seen here together on his social media. At 7 Wednesday morning on the 1000 block of Cromwell Lane in Winmore, police found Elizabeth Shea deceased on the floor of her bedroom with stab wounds to her neck. She leaves behind 3 adult sons. Her former employee.
She loved her son so much, and they loved her.
Detectives believe though Elizabeth changed the locks, Kenneth Shea entered the home through the window, pushing a mounted air conditioner into the house and crawling inside. At the time of the murder, Shea had an active arrest warrant for allegedly assaulting and choking his estranged wife back in January. On March 15th, Kenneth Shea was served an order of protection, evicted from the house, and court ordered to stay away from Elizabeth. Just hours before the murder, Elizabeth Shea filed for divorce. After discovering Elizabeth Shea's body, detectives traced Kenneth Shea's Uber account, showing a trip from the Feasterville Comfort Inn to Elizabeth's house at 12:23 a.m. and a return trip 3 hours later. By 6 p.m., the Ben Salem SWAT team found Kenneth Shea.
So, like we've seen in every story like this, Sharon said restraining orders just do not work. You know, a woman who was murdered in her own home by a stalker, her mum told her, a restraining order is just a piece of paper. It will not protect you. And she still ended up being murdered. And now we see in this case a woman who was going to divorce her estranged husband, killed, and no longer with us again. We see it several times a week.
At the Comfort Inn, taking him into custody. Before the breakup, Elizabeth ran Lucky Dogs with Kenneth Shea. A former employee says Kenneth would disrespect both customers and employees.
He was definitely controlling. They just had a lot of problems, and it was just really apparent, and it was affecting the business as well.
Now, Kenneth Shea is facing those murder charges as well as assault charges stemming from that domestic incident before this. He will face a judge May 7th. We're live in Springfield Township. Maggie Kent, Channel 6, Action News. Shari.
All right, Maggie, thanks for that report. Philadelphia.
What a disturbing case of brutality. I mean, Kenneth Shea, 37, is charged with murder in the stabbing death of his estranged wife, 57-year-old Elizabeth Shea, according to the Montgomery County District Attorney's Office. Elizabeth Shea was found dead in her Cromwell Lane home in Winmore section of Springfield Township at 7 a.m. on Wednesday. Employees at Lucky Dog's Pet Daycare said they knew something was wrong when she didn't show up for work, and a welfare check revealed their instincts were correct. Authorities said Elizabeth was found dead in her room with stab wounds to her neck. Detectives believe even though Elizabeth changed the locks, Kenneth Shea entered the home through a window, pushing a mounted air conditioner into the house and crawling inside. Kenneth Shea had an active warrant against him for an assault against his estranged wife. Police said he assaulted and strangled her before officers were called to the home in January. By March 15, Kenneth Shea was served an order of protection. Authority says Elizabeth Shea filed for divorce the day before the killing. After discovering Elizabeth's body, detectives traced Kenneth's Uber account. They said at 12:23 a.m. on the day of the murder, he requested an Uber from the Feasterville Comfort Inn in the street behind Cromwell Lane. At 3:27 a.m., another Uber was requested to pick him up and drop him back at the Comfort Inn. By 6 p.m., the SWAT team found him at the Comfort Inn and took him into custody. He's been arrested and is awaiting a May 7th hearing. Again, another male killing everyone. Horrible. I Hate Money says restraining orders are just like locks. They're a deterrence, but they don't always work. They have to feel some respect for or fear for the law. Yeah, otherwise they just ignore them and they just go, oh, I'll deal with the consequences later. It's ridiculous. I don't know. There is a age difference. He is 37 and the wife was 57. So maybe there is a second marriage here or something. Does it say how old her children were? Let me see. Elizabeth Shea. Let me see if it says anything here. Doesn't say anything about how, like, what's her oldest child or whatever. The couple were married. They only married last year on March 15. So I think this must be like a second marriage or something. I don't think their children are his. Yeah, the couple were married March 15 of last year. On the eve of their first anniversary, Shea attacked his wife during an argument at their home on Cromwell Road in the Winmore section of the township, according to the affidavit of probable cause for his arrest. So I'm going to guess that the 3 children are not his. We did, Danny Mitchell. We saw that they have found the bodies of the mum and her, custody witness. We did see that. Happened about 3 minutes before we jumped on the air. All right. Yeah, can't be. Not if they've only been married for 1 year. It's not. Yeah, doesn't sound like the right timeline for a 57-year-old woman and 3 children. I'm just trying to see if I have anything else. No. I think we're going to wrap up. We've almost done an hour and 40 minutes. I think that's enough for a Sunday. And we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we start our week. It's Monday. And we get, what do we get tomorrow? Daybell trial is back in court. And then you guys get my show at 9 o'clock and then a late show at the late show, after Trish. So you guys will get that. And it'll be another long day. So I'm going to get out of here and get you guys to bed. If you're in America, it should be about just before 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Central Vic, it's nice weather out here today. They did a pretty good job with the case of Veronica Butler and Gillian Kelly. The fact that they were able to arrest the people, find out what happened, and turn it all around without some sort of big media hoopla. They did a pretty good job. They did a great job. And they figured that out. Didn't have all the, doing media conferences every day and giant media pools and things like that. Yes, if you're on the East Coast, it should be just before 8 p.m. on Sunday. But still, I think we're going to wrap up. I think I don't have anything else for today anyway. I think we're just about done. But I'll check Jillian Kelly, just see if there's any other little bits of information. Let's see if there's any type of new info. New info forum. News Nation did a new video, but it's not anything
We do have breaking news to get to right now. Just coming into our newsroom, a sad ending. The bodies believed to be the two Kansas moms found by police in Oklahoma. This information just coming in right now. 27-year-old Veronica Butler and 39-year-old Jillian Kelly, last seen March 30th. Tiffany Adams, a grandmother of one of the kids, one of the people now arrested after Butler and Kelly disappeared. Let's get straight to News Nation's Nancy Liu live on the ground for us tonight. Nancy, tell us what you're learning now.
Well, Natasha, it's yet more deflating news for these communities in the Oklahoma Panhandle. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigations had told me that they were searching vast areas of rural Texas County for the two women. And just minutes ago, we heard from OSBI that along with the FBI and the Texas County Sheriff's Department in a joint operation, they have recovered two deceased persons in rural Texas County, and both individuals are being transported to the Oklahoma Office of the Chief Medical Examiner to determine identification and cause of manner of death. So that means there is no positive identification that these bodies are Jillian Kelly and Veronica Butler. But of course, this discovery happened during their massive search for the two women. We are expecting a news conference tomorrow from the OSBI, and of course, News Nation will bring that to you live. They have provided very little information about their investigation all along. They have kept things very close to the vest, but this is exclusive video from just yesterday. News Nation on the ground capturing this exclusive footage as they closed in on the four suspects who they arrested yesterday, including Tiffany Adams, who is the grandmother to Butler's kids. And it's suspected that a custody dispute may be linked to all of this, what has turned out to be a case of double murder.
There you go. No, Sharon, they weren't fed to pigs, or at least we don't think so. But they have found their bodies. They have been transported to the medical examiner for cause and manner of death, as well as a official identification, which we should find out more. There is a press conference 10 a.m. in the morning tomorrow. I don't think I'll be awake at that time, but if I am, I will live stream the press conference, but I can't guarantee that I'll be up because I don't know what time that is. If it's 10 a.m., that's like midnight. I might be awake. If I'm awake and I'm up, I will do a live stream for the press conference. Marlon Clausen says, when you marry a person, you marry their family. That's right. Choose carefully. Even, you get all of them, not just the husband. You get the in-laws too. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up for the night. I'll give you guys all an early mark for tonight, for Sunday night. Get you to bed, get you to get ready for all the action on Monday morning. I guarantee there's going to be a lot. You're going to have the trial get started again in the morning. They didn't go on Friday, so this will be the first trial day since Thursday. And we'll get a press conference for the missing two women, or who have now been found, Jillian Kelly and Veronica Butler, along with more information on Cole, Cora, Tad, and Tiffany and their arrests on Saturday. And then who knows what will happen else on Monday. We'll find out on Monday tomorrow. So I hope it's been an okay live show tonight. It's been a very long weekend for all of us, including everyone in Australia with the Bondi thing. But that's okay. Glad to be here. Glad to bring it to you. And let me just fix this. Okay. All right. All right. I'll blame the horse if you go missing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, look, thank you very much. Thank you to all the people who come here and subscribe, that are here every night in the comments or the chat and contribute via, contributing to the comments, chat, and the atmosphere of the channel. And thank you to the people who support the channel via PayPal or the Ko-fi or Ko-fi link. You guys are amazing and really help keep the channel going and allowing us to do all those extra shows throughout the week. It really helps out. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow night, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. tomorrow, not 9:15, 9 p.m. on time. And then we'll do 2 shows. Tomorrow you get 2 shows. You get the early show and then the late show leading into after midnight on the East Coast and about 9 p.m. on the West. So until then, peace out, everyone. Bye-bye.